Dowdell off the right side. Touchdown, Nebraska. Dante Dowdell finds Pater. 6-0 Big Red.
That was just 11 guys going out there not caring about what the circumstances was, where the ball was on the field, and we just do what we do all the time, mold together and play for each other more so than anything. It's exciting and very fun to see when we make plays like that because, we know that we can make any play on the field.
Snap it back, they're fake. Luchini throws it down the field. Matt is caught. Grabbed at the 40-yard line by Jalen Lloyd. It's a first down.
Well, he spun it too. I give him a 10 out of 10. I loved it.
Sacked at the 46-yard line. Huskers get another sack. Guess who? James Williams, second sack of the day.
Just to watch him go out there and see his hard work, come to fruition and see him do what we knew he was capable of ever since, we first signed him when he came here is awesome.
James Williams, and he goes down. Huskers will take over on downs. James Williams again gets home.
Proud of the guys, proud of the team. Team win. Just whereas maybe 2 weeks ago in Illinois, we were kind of looking at the clock, worried, are we going to win? I thought this game, this day, the guys just wanted to keep going out there and playing.
Those are the Hy-Vee sounds of the game following the 14-7 victory over Rutgers. Huskers now moved to 5-1 on the season. Coach, it was hot. It was very, very windy. A hard-fought Big Ten battle. You had to be really proud of your guys and their effort on Saturday.
Yeah, I thought no matter what happened, they just kept going out and playing. And I think once we saw the wind and saw what it was going to be like, we expected it to be a tight, close, hard-fought affair, and I thought the guys battled.
You had called it one of the best defensive performances you've been a part of. Why was that performance so special by this defense?
I think it was 8 or 9 times that they crossed the 50. They just they kept getting into our territory, and our guys, whether it was stopping the fake field goal, whether it was pressuring the one miss or the goal line stand. I thought they defended the run and then turned around and became excellent pass rushers.
All right, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to dive into the first half action from this one. Keep it here on the Husker Football Show, presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show. It was 97 degrees at kickoff. The wind was absolutely crazy. You guys win the toss and decide to take the ball and play the field position in the wind there for the second half.
Yeah, we wanted, we kept going back to, hey, let's have the wind at our back in the fourth quarter for a close game. And so came out, tried to get something going on offense, and went for it on fourth down early, wanting to flip the field.
You had a fourth down conversion and a third down conversion here. You end up having to punt, and it was blocked, which gives Rutgers the field position. But you get a pass breakup here by Ty Robinson coming up, and but another kind of starts the day for your defense responding.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think we got a couple first downs, we were moving, and then unfortunately the fake punt hurt us. But stopping their field goal attempt, the fake field goal, I think kind of just neutralized that and evened that out.
Your defense is ready for that field goal try there. Sierra Wright, Malcolm Hartzog, and then here comes your offense, still into Ja'Cory Barney there, and then short pass to Ramir Johnson. Here he gets some blocks and finds some space. Nice run here for Ramir.
Yeah, really happy for Ramir to make this play. Runs through some contact. You got the big guys down there rumbling, and that was the type of explosive play we needed.
3rd and goal, and here's Thomas Fedoni. Dives at the pylon. Looked like he was in. They review it. They say he's short. So on 4th and 1, you bring in the big bodies, and Dante Dowdell dives into the end zone.
Yeah, we wish he would have gotten in, but there's nothing better than scoring, with the fullback on power. It's old school. It's fun. It's physical football.
7-0, Nebraska takes the lead. Rutgers had 70 rush yards in the first quarter, just 2 in the second. How did you see your defense lock in on the run game?
Yeah, I think we did a couple things. Tony started playing some bigger bodies and wanted to take away the run. We tackled better. At the end of the day, I think once we got used to when guys are great back, kind of his angles, they settled in on it.
So John Bullock here going to get in on the stop, and your defense forces a field goal try 52 yards into the wind, and certainly played a factor in this one.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a game of inches, and this would have had a real impact at the end of the game, but the wind blew it, and we'll take it.
So offense takes back over and goes to the ground game. A couple carries from Dante Dowdell, and I think picks up a first down here on this run. Yeah,
we felt like we were establishing the line of scrimmage, moving the ball. At this point right now, the wind's kind of in our face as well, so we're swirling and shifting around and try to be really physical.
So in 2nd and 9 here, this one picked off Emmett Johnson on the tackle here, but Dylan just maybe didn't see things there, or what was the issue there?
Yeah, it's an RPO. He's reading the safety, and the safety kind of started to come down and then just stopped and froze and caught it. So just a tough break, and one you just have to move on from.
But your defense says no problem. There is a sack from Ty Robinson, and then Marquise Buford gets his first interception of the season. He gets you the ball right back.
Yeah, it was great to see Marquise go out there and make that play. And I think our defense on 3rd and 4th down was just really dominant.
And now here your offense really gets the ball moving. That's a 31-yard reception from Jamal Banks. And then Ramir Johnson really did a lot of nice things for you guys.
He sure did. This was a great play, scheme play that Coach Rhule put in, for the week, and had some cool creative stuff down here in the red zone. Get the ball to Janirin, and he's kind of an all-purpose guy, can do it all.
Yeah, how'd you like this play call?
Oh, I loved it. It was 2nd down, so probably they were thinking we're going to throw it, and you give them some counter action and hand it off to a receiver.
So your offense capitalizes there on the turnover, 14-0, and the defense says, hey, we're not done yet. How about this play from Sierra Wright?
Yeah, Sierra was an MVP in the game to me. Came in, played really well, took the ball away, and at least gave us a chance, coming down the stretch to take a shot at a field goal. Just weren't able to quite get down there with the wind.
Yeah, so 14-0 at the half. Huskers take the lead, and we'll be back with the second half action coming up right after this. Those were a look at Inside the Numbers presented by Ide Bailey. All right, to the second half. Rutgers gets the ball out of halftime, and your black shirts really just came out and they were swarming here.
Yeah, we thought they played good team defense there. You can see Sierra as the corner sets the edge and able to eliminate the big plays and stop the run.
Isaac Gifford gets his hands on this one here. How did he play for you guys?
Oh, Isaac played great. He's the leader of the defense and made plays like that we needed him to make.
So defense gets another stop, and your offense is backed up way on the 2, and Dante Dowdell gives you some breathing room.
Yeah, same play we scored on. Ran the power play. He was able to get out, get us out from the shadow of our own goal line. Then we make the big throw on 3rd down. So hoping that we can get something going and really get rolling.
So you're forced to punt here on this one. It's blocked, and Nate Borkacher saves the touchdown. Big effort by him. Yeah,
I showed that to the team, today. It's like, it's a great goal line stand, but really it started with that effort by Nate. And then it's just a bunch of guys making the plays they needed to make here. Tackling, knocking guys back. It was really impressive.
Rutgers got 6 tries at it. It was Isaac Gifford, Nash and company, Deshaun Singleton going to get the stop here, and on this play right here, and then Marquise Buford. But your team still is not allowed a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, I'm proud of that stat, and that was a great play by Deshaun there, track the near hip, and then they run this pick play here, gifts in the window, and really Marquise might have picked that off and gone about 95.
Ty was saying though that the defense had no doubt whatsoever they were going to go get a stop.
Yeah, they had a look in their eye like they wanted to go out there, they wanted to play, they wanted to be on the field. The only issue now is obviously they're playing with the field tilted in their favor. So these sacks and these big plays like Nash just had right there, James has, that gives us some breathing room.
Sackman had a big day for you guys, James Williams, and a couple runs here we're going to see from Emmett Johnson, and then line up to a punt, and it's a fake. What a dime by Brian Buschini.
To Brian's credit, he took that hit on that first block punt. He was out there at halftime on the back practice fields seeing if he could throw that, and he made a play to flip the field, and it mattered.
And another sack here from James Williams. And then a tough field position all day. How did that affect the offense?
Yeah, I think 3 of our 5 possessions in the second half started inside the 5. And so, that's not necessarily a recipe for success, but it just takes one play. We just need to knock one ball out of there and go drive 90. And so we weren't able to do it in the game. That's what let the game be close.
So Rutgers moving the ball here. They're inside in the red zone, about 4:20 on the clock. Pass breakup here from Sierra Wright.
Yeah, Sierra again, showing up when needed. The hat's on his head. He goes to make a play, and this is a near interception right here. They throw it into cover 2, and they just make a nice play.
So Rutgers gets on the board 14-7, but you said you saw no panic out of your guys.
No, our guys were ready to play. They were excited. They wanted to play, and we have the offense has the ball with a chance to maybe go down and get a first down and end the game. We're able to run the ball down, though, to the 2:28 mark, and then, that fake punt, got them to play more coverage, and instead of rushing the punt, here it is, and And just a dominant performance by Brian.
Brian Boom Sheeny, a 69-yard punt to pin Rutgers on the 11-yard line, and then the defense comes up and shuts the door. James Williams, and he was very emotional after the game.
Yeah, the thing I said to the team was, he spent a large part of last week on the scout team helping out the offense because it was going to be kind of a big body game, and when his opportunity came to rush the passer, he got in there and he makes the plays he needed to make.
And then you're going to get to run your favorite play in football, the victory formation here, and Huskers win it 14-7. You had said that your guys are getting to the point where they don't want it to be easy, they don't need it to be easy. How important is that mindset shift? Yeah, I think
it's the whole deal, right? That's what winners do. I made the point about the goal line stand. It seems like an adverse situation. You're kind of like, why do we have to go play defense on the 2-yard line? Yet from that comes an opportunity to do something that I'll remember for a long time, and they'll remember for a long time. Six shots from the 2 against one of the best rushing teams in the Big Ten, and for them to stop them. So it not being easy sometimes makes it a little bit more fun.
Again, 14-7, the final in this one. All right, we're going to step aside for a break. Coming up next, we've got this week's Cornhusker conversation. I sit down with MJ Sherman. Welcome back into the Husker Football Show. It's time for this week's Cornhusker Conversation presented by Woodhouse. This week I got a chance to sit down with MJ Sherman.
Altmaier drops back to pass. He has some pressure, tries to get away, and can't. He's brought down from behind by MJ Sherman.
Welcome into this week's Cornhusker Conversation presented by Woodhouse. This week I have the pleasure of sitting down with MJ Sherman. MJ, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, you guys getting back in the win column last week on the road. How good was that for this team, and how did it feel walking off the field at Purdue with a win?
I mean, it felt really good as a team. We had a lot of team camaraderie, a lot of basically knowing what we can do when we really put our mind to do something, and knowing that no one can really beat us but ourselves.
How do you feel like this team, I guess, it responded from last week, and then how do you guys continue, I guess, to build each week? How do you approach, finding the things that you need to get better at each week?
It was true for Mondays, win, lose, or draw, looking at the tape, knowing what you did good, knowing what you did bad, and knowing things you can work on. Because, it really doesn't really matter about the results, it matters about the process. And that's something that Coach Rhule has been preaching to us for a long time now, and it's something that we're trying to still buy into it, and slowly, every day, we get more into that thing of believing into the process, knowing that the small details count for the big results, so yeah.
Have you felt different though this season compared to other seasons in the past?
Personally? Yeah, I mean, of course, but it would be a shame for me to let my foot off the gas pedal now.
Yeah.
So.
How did you go about approaching what you wanted to be, what your role, what you wanted to be able to bring to this defense this season?
It was more so of an approach that I wanted more than anybody else. And that means no one's going to do the work for me. No one's going to help me wake up in the morning. No one's gonna do all the little stuff and hard stuff for me, man. That's something that got to come within.
When you made the decision to enter the transfer portal, why did you land on Nebraska? Because we were chatting before, you didn't really have any ties. So what was it that the Huskers sold you on?
I really feel like it was my one-on-one with Coach Rhule, and just talking to him and just telling him that I just really want an opportunity to play. That's all I really care for. I ain't really care about any NIL money or what new car I can drive or what house I can live in or what benefits I might be receiving. I didn't really care for none of that. I just wanted an opportunity to play.
What's it like playing next to those guys that you trust so much?
I love it. I love Ty, Nash, Mari, Johnny Bullock, Mekhi Bayer, Deshaun Singleton, Isaac Gifford, Marquise Buford, Malcolm Harzog. Even the ones who come in behind them, I love them to death. It just feels no greater feeling knowing that you're on the field with a bunch of ballers. And not just that you're on the field with a bunch of ballers, you're on the field with a bunch of your brothers.
MJ's such a fascinating guy. What has he brought to your program?
Well, he's a great player. He's a great teammate. He's tough, he's physical, can rush the passer, plays on special teams. but he's also an extremely intelligent, thoughtful person. You know, he's got great perspective, and I think, you know, you look at his whole journey to get to where he is now, he can provide a lot of insight to our younger players.
How has Jack Potenza done taking over coaching that Jack position?
I think he's done a great job, and I think you see that really with the blossoming of MJ. You know, obviously you still have Terrence, you still have Rob, but Jack's done a great job of blending. You know, really they're asked to do a lot in blending the two and getting those guys in the field and having them all prepared. And you know, he's a really good young coach.
All right, we're going to get to final thoughts from Coach Rhule coming up here next on our Husker Football Show presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Welcome back to the final segment of the Husker Football Show presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Coach, before we move on and talk about the bye week, it was a special day on Saturday. You had an Indomitian Sioux leading the team out of the tunnel. You had lots of moms and sisters and grandmas and aunts lining the tunnel for the breast cancer awareness. Just how special was the day overall for your program? It was an amazing day. You know, obviously the commitment to cancer research, breast cancer. You know, I think that's something that in a world where we find all the things that divide us, you know, unites us across all racial, ethnic, socioeconomic, geographical boundaries. You know, it knows no bounds. And so, you know, you sit in the room and, you know, guys are struggling because their mom, their aunt, their grandmother is battling, just like my mom did, just like Julie's mom did. And I think that's something that can unite us. And having Indomitian back, you know, he's one of the great tone setters. He's one of the great Huskers, great black shirts. And I think it was really fitting that we played that way. All right, going into the bye week for you guys, 5-1. What needs to happen this week for your program?
We have to just improve, you know, and that looks a little bit different for everybody, right? For some guys, it might mean rest. For some of the young guys, it's a lot of reps. For the field goal and punt teams, it's, hey, let's get this thing, you know, shored up. You know, we see flashes of what we can be, but really in the Big Ten, if you're not getting better every week, you're going to get left behind. And so we have to improve, and we'll work hard at it.
All right, again, Huskers off this week for the bye week. They'll be back in action October 19th at Indiana. It's a big noon kickoff, so 11 a.m. on Fox. Thanks for watching this edition of the Husker Football Show.